Yeah.
Okay, the background is you are teens and parents at a local public library for college night. Welcome, teens and parents, to College Night here at the library, and today we're going to be focusing on different types of majors as well as careers that people can do in the arts, such as graphic design, photography, illustration, as well as graphic novels, which can combine all three of these elements, all three of these styles of art into one book. And the book that I'm going to be talking about tonight is Habibi by Craig Thompson. And Craig Thompson, if you don't know, he wrote Blankets, which won numerous awards, the Eisner Award, the Harvey Award, for Best in Graphic Novel, as well as Best in Graphic Novelist. And this book, for one, is really, really dear to my heart. I just got it last Christmas, actually, so it's my baby. And the one thing that's really interesting, first off, about this story is that it really doesn't set a specific time. It actually encompasses 3 points of time within the character's story. But if I could give it a general overlay of time, I would put it around the 1900s in the Middle East, somewhere around there. And the story, two main characters in the story are Dodala and Zam. Dodala, she is an Arabic girl where at the age of 9, she was actually sold off by her parents because they couldn't afford to keep her anymore. And she got married to her husband, who I would put at 40. Her husband was a scribe, so in actual, what happened was he actually taught her how to read and write, which for back then, that wasn't common, especially for women. Later on, her husband actually gets murdered. She's taken captive and sold off into slavery, where eventually she will actually, she might become a sex slave at her very young, ripe age. And while she is actually at slave camp that she's being held to, she meets Zam, who is an African boy. He's been abandoned by his mother at the age of 3, and he is about to be sold into slavery. This is where Dodala rescues Zam. And from there, they actually escape into the desert, where they find an abandoned ship in the desert. They don't know how it got there. Probably was water there at one point, obviously, but they make it their home, and they become family. Dodala, at the age of 9, she becomes a mother to Zam. They take care of each other. They scavenge for food by parades and stuff like that come through the desert every so often. And thankfully, they actually found a water source nearby, so that they could get fresh water every single day. One thing that, as I mentioned before, that's really interesting about this book is that it does jump from one time point in their lives to another, and in some instances, even in like a 2-page spread, you will literally see like Dodala's life as an adult woman, where she's like pregnant and stuff like that, and on the next page it'll be Zam as like a 13-year-old boy, fending for himself, looking really skinny, really gaunt, and just pretty much just trying to get by. But what this story really, really shows, though, and what actually the title reflects itself, is the love that two people can have for each other, both familial as well as romantic. And Another thing that maybe a lot of you parents might be concerned about, even though obviously most of your kids are juniors and seniors right now and are taking the ACT and prepping and applying to colleges and whatnot, is there is some very sexually explicit scenes in here, some of them being rape, prostitution, masturbation, as well as castration. With that said, though, that actually is not a hindrance to the story, in my opinion. In fact, it actually develops the characters more and gives them a sense of perspective that I don't think you would get any other way if you didn't realize the kind of hardships and stuff that they went through. And there's some this is rape. Just briefly show real quickly. And then prostitution. But, so, yeah, I would definitely put this more towards older teens, 17, 18, 19 even. But like I said, it doesn't disrupt the flow of the story. And another thing that actually it does touch upon, which might be even more of a taboo kind of subject, is the fact that Thompson, when he was doing this research, he went like literally all over. He went to a lot of Islamic countries, obviously, but he also went to France and researched a lot of this history from there as well. But he actually compares the Islamic religion to Christianity, and this is just one of many scenes where he actually compares Ishmael to Isaac. And the differences between the Quran as well as the Bible. Yeah. There's tons of characters in here, tons of Islamic characters in here, and it's interesting because even in the back of the book, towards the end of the book, you actually kind of see Christian symbols in here with kind of like a cross symbol, and then comparing it to actually Islamic writing and whatnot. So it's just really, really interesting. And I think the title really encapsulates what the actual story is about, and what Habibi means is beloved. Thank you. Thank you very much. I have other lists of books of inspiration. There's a little sticky tack inside, so you kind of have to thumb through it, thumb it over to open it. But there's tons of books on graphic design, tons of books on photography, illustration, as well as graphic novels. Thank you. And I got covers on one side and titles on the fourth side of the covers, and it's color coded, so you read them.